Welcome to the Naughty Fisherman. Today's video is going to be going over split versus full grip. So what that entails is what kind of grip your rod's going to have. Whether you're going to have like a full cork or foam grip, or you're going to have the rod blank exposed. I do have two examples I will be showing. So let's go ahead and jump into that real quick. So the first one I want to cover is going to be the full grip. So in this video, I'm just going to show you guys my Phoenix Elixir 7/6 rod, ultralight. This is a full grip, as the description on the rod actually entails. So what that means is instead of the rod blank being exposed right here, this being your rod blank, this being your grip, this one has a full body grip. So it goes from bottom to a foam or polymer grip right here where my hand usually goes, cork, and then you have your reel seat right here, as well as the rest of the cork grip right here. Then it goes into the rod blank. So what that does is if you're a two-handed caster like myself, I haven't mastered the one-hand cast yet, this gives a little bit more comfort, in my opinion, when you're trying to cast, whether you're jigging, drop shotting, or just bait and weight, or whatever you're doing. It does give a little more comfort when you're trying to make that initial cast, because you can hold it this way. So you can just kind of hold your line right here and cast out, all the time holding onto the grip right here instead of holding onto the blank. The pros to that type of grip is that, like I said, if you're a two-handed caster, it's a little more comfortable, at least in my opinion. It does give it a little more firmness in the grip. However, there are cons to this as well. Main con is it's going to be a little bit heavier on the grip area than a split grip would. Some say it's not as sensitive. I have not had that problem, but that is something to look out for. And as well as, it does protect the grip, the blank a little bit more, but it doesn't give you that connectivity to the blank that a split grip would. So let's go ahead and go into the split grip and we can see what the difference is there. So the next one I want to go over is the split grip. So as the name entails, the grip on this one does split. This is my Daiwa Presso 7/6 ultralight. So when you say split grip, you're referring to the fact that your handle is the actual rod blank in the middle, basically bookended by a cork grip here and a cork grip here, your reel seat, the rest of the cork, and then your actual rod blank. That is literally the only difference between this rod and a full grip, is that it has no grip here except for the rod blank. Like I said, I want to go over the pros and cons at the end of this video, just based on each model. But this one's main thing is that it is lighter usually than a full grip. Like I said, it will depend on what you pair with it reel-wise. But in general, if you don't have a grip here, it is maybe an ounce or two lighter than a full grip handle. It also supposedly gives you a little more sensitivity when you're casting. Let's go ahead and jump into pros and cons real quick and see what we got there. All right, so now that we've actually seen both rods, I just want to go over a few things real quick. If you're looking for a particular style or a rod that's better than the other, I can honestly tell you, don't base it off the grip handle. The only real thing that the grip handle will affect is how comfortable it is for you to fish with. I know there's a lot of people who say that split grips are more sensitive, full grips have better comfort. For me personally, I prefer the full handle just because that was how I was taught how to fish. It's a little more comfortable for me as I cast two-handed. So it gives me something to actually grip onto rather than trying to grip onto a very thin rod blank. The weight doesn't really bother me that much, and it's really not that big a difference. I will say this, if you're going to go for a split grip, just be wary of anything coming into contact with the rod blank, because for like a full grip, so as like the Elixir, with the full grip, if anything actually hits this, it's protected by the actual handle itself. There's not a whole lot you can do to damage that. Whereas with the split grip, you're literally holding on to your rod blank. So if anything impacts this really hard, there is nothing protecting it. That is definitely a con of the split grip and a pro of the full grip. As far as cons of the full grip, if you're looking for the absolute lightest combo you can get, you're probably better off with a split grip, only because you're going to be saving like an ounce or two on your overall rod weight. If not every one of that matters to you, I would go with whatever style you prefer. I will say this, if you're going to buy a rod, especially if you're going for high end, make sure you're going into the tackle shop and just not basing it off of what looks cool and what sounds better. I would go into a tackle shop. I would hold both the split and the full grip of whatever rod you're looking into in your hand. Give it a couple of shakes. Kind of give it the same action you would when you're fishing. Talk to the pros. See what actually feels comfortable in your hand and what you can deal with for 8 to 10 hours a day. Not what looks cool, because in the end, if it looks really cool, but you can't fish it comfortably, it's going to impact the amount of joy you get out of it. So, like I said, there is no clear, better handle when it comes to fishing. It's just going to come down to personal preference and what works out best for you. Beyond that, I got nothing else for you guys. If you guys have any questions or comments, go ahead and leave them in the comment section below. I always love hearing from you guys. Beyond that, tight knots and tight lines, guys. Till next time.